when it's just you, well, times can be tough. When there's no one there to catch.
5 things Twilight does better than Vampire Diaries. The Vampire Diaries and Twilight dominate the supernatural romance genre. Each iteration does certain things better than the other. The Twilight franchise and the Vampire Diaries series feature prominently in popular culture due to their depictions of supernatural love triangles. The first Twilight film was released in 2008 and became a hit with its target audience. The Vampire Diaries followed in its footsteps a year later, continuing the success of paranormal romance genre. Both franchises have become iconic in mainstream media, garnering a dedicated and loyal fan base. Each supernatural series showcased several qualities that often drew from each other's flaws. The Vampire Diaries surpassed Twilight in ways but considered defeated in others. 5th, Werewolves. The werewolves in the Vampire Diaries can't catch a break. Although supernaturally strong, they are much weaker than vampires. Werewolves like Tyler Lockwood are forced to endure agony during their transformations and lack control in wolf form. Twilight werewolves are far more powerful. Their transform painlessly and retain control, mostly over their actions. Unlike TVD's werewolves, they are as strong as their vampire counterparts. 4th, the Volturi. The Volturi are chilling, formidable figures in the Twilight saga as well as undeniable leaders of the vampire world. The red-eyed immortals are introduced in New Moon and continue to be villainous presence for Bella and the Cullens throughout the series. The Volturi is more politically powerful than the original family in the Vampire Diaries. Their dominion over the vampire world is until Breaking Dawn ironclad and irrefutable. 3rd, the small town setting. The Vampire Diaries does a good job of developing the setting of Mystic Falls, though Twilight's presentation of the town of Fox is superior. In the books and films, Fox feel like an integral part of the story. The green trees and grey skies almost feel personified, whilst practically concealing the Cullens from the sun. Bella's move to Fox in Twilight feels like a definite moment. The town plays an important role in the narrative as it unites her with Edward. 2nd, unique vampires. Many jokes have been made at Twilight's expense, but the vampires in Stephenie Meyer's world remain one of the most unique adaptations in its genre. Twilight's vampires are stronger and faster than their TVD counterparts. They are harder to kill and sparkle in the sunlight instead of burn. The Cullens are an interesting take on a supernatural species that has been adapted in various ways for different media platforms. Twilight offers an alternative depiction of vampires in film and literature. 1st, moral characters. Twilight's depiction of honorable characters is also one of its best qualities. However, it is hard to support figures such as Damon and Claus at times due to their evil actions. In Twilight, it is easier to choose which characters to root for. The vampires, werewolves, and hybrids in the Vampire Diaries, like the Volturi, are less altruistic and more self-serving. The vegetarian Cullen family would likely get along with Stephen Salvatore but disapprove of the rest of the Mystic Falls vampires. So that's it for today's video, guys. Like, share and subscribe to my channel Prince TV and see you in the next one.